Okay, so we all saw Scream 6. Which they're like, okay, we can go back to numbering them now. They 5, they did the funny requel thing where they call it the first one. That was funny. They're like, all right, we're gonna go back to numbering now. I was interested in this one because each Scream movie kind of parodies like whatever is trendy at the time. And of course, Scream 5 parodied the soft reboot thing. But it is kind of funny because if you think about soft reboots, they kind of just focus on the first movie. And then the immediate sequel will reference the entire franchise. Kind of like Jurassic World. Only kind of reference the first movie, really. And then Fallen Kingdom and the other one, they're bringing back old characters. They're talking about the second island and everything. That's kind of what this movie does. It references every goddamn Scream movie and kind of figures out a way to tie them all together. Let me go down the line here. Joey C., what did you think of Scream 6?
I thought it was pretty fun. I had a good time watching it. It was violent. It kept me excited, and it was a little spooky. And the twist. I like all the twists. Kept me going.
It did have a number of twists. Adam, what did you think of this one?
I'm with Joey. I had a good time with it. The Scream movies are pretty consistently good. I don't think any of them are consistently great, though. This one did bother me more than the other ones because it does get a little out there with how many times people get stabbed and just walk it off. And just some of the, convenience of bad guys showing up and good guys showing up. There's no cops anywhere. But again, since it is almost satirical, it's hard to get that mad about it. So yeah, Scream 6 was solid.
And Johanna, we saw this movie together. Yep. And we had a great time with it.
We hunted down a poster afterwards.
Okay, yeah. So this poster on the right here with Ghostface in Times Square, which was awesome, by the way. But I don't think Ghostface was actually in Times Square in the movie.
No, I don't think they showed it at all.
That's the one thing Jason Takes Manhattan beat them to. Jason Takes Manhattan is terrible. He's barely in Manhattan, but they at least got him in Times Square for one scene. We on our way out, we realized that they were giving away posters. You realized that they were giving away posters. And I was like, okay, I need that poster. So we're going around. Meanwhile, two teenage girls. Two teenage girls followed us because they also wanted the poster. The one had your hat on. And as I'm walking, I'm looking at this girl. I'm like, wait a minute. I was in second grade when Scream 1 came out. What the hell? Why are you watching Scream? She's like, it's my favorite movie. I'm like, okay.
Tony, you like the original Halloween.
That's when it dawned on me. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that was kind of like what it would be like for me with Halloween and whatnot. And then I told those girls, I'm like, hey, I'm a very famous, important YouTuber. My Scream episodes didn't do super well, so will you please watch them? And I'm sure those girls are now going back to high school telling everyone about this hip, fun show called Hack the Movies. And soon there's going to be TikToks of us, right? Any day now, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
I like how everyone went silent there. I'm not really getting a lot of support.
Anyway, I love the movie.
It was fun. It was fun. Now, someone whose opinion really matters. Forget Johanna. Mid-Salad, what did you think of this movie?
I really liked how all the murders were very creative, and I also like how all the killers killed random people as well as the main cast, just like collateral killing. And I honestly wish there were more Scream killers in this movie. I thought it was very fun, very enjoyable. This is probably one of my favorite Scream movies.
Yeah, I will say the number of Scream killers did go up in this one. Without spoiling too much, the opening we got to talk about. They do the classic, the killer's calling someone, faking them out, the girl gets stabbed, and it's Samara Weaving who was in Ready or Not, which I actually still haven't seen. Is that good?
I thought it was good.
Have you seen that, Adam? Ready or Not?
I have not seen it, but I did hear or read or something that the original role was supposed to go to, I don't know her name, Julia Roberts' daughter from
Emma
Scream
Roberts?
Queens. Emma Roberts was supposed to be
No, because she was in Scream 4. That's her niece, but she was the killer in Scream 4.
Emma Roberts?
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you mean in Ready or Not or Scream 6? Wait, I'm sorry, I got confused.
Talking about Ready or Not.
No, he said Scream 6.
Scream 6. Maybe I read something wrong. Maybe I got fake news thrown at me.
I was going to say, it'd be weird if Emma Roberts was in Scream 6, because she kind of died in Scream 4.
She got shot in the head in Scream 4.
Hang on.
Then again,
I'm looking it up.
you look it up. Then again, Matthew Lillard is in Scream 2. They put a blonde wig on him and they throw him in the background of one of the parties. But yeah, so
Jill in Scream 4.
yes. But yeah, so Samara Weaving gets killed, and then they reveal the killer right away, and it's the guy from Grand Budapest Hotel and the new Spider-Man movies. And I remember, like, we were both in the theater, we're like, huh, they've never done that before. Is that going to be the new thing, where this time it's not even a whodunit? And I love that there is 2 different set of Scream killers. And so the one set of Scream killers gets killed by other Ghostface. I thought that was a fun way to open the movie. It felt very generic, and then it shifted into this new territory, which was really cool.
Yeah, it really kept it fresh, I think, in that case.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got our core 4, as they're called. They're now living in New York. They all went to New York together. They're in college. They're having fun college parties. Sam, right? That's Melissa Barrera's character, Sam. She's trying to get therapy. It's not going well. It's not going well at all for her.
Told the truth, and
Not
at
at all.
Goodbye.
They
Also,
threatened,
shit. Also, the therapist, what a terrible therapist. Like, you didn't Google this woman? Like, you didn't look, like, how could you not know who she is? That had to have been a big story. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Sidney Prescott was attacked for the 5th time in 30 years, and this girl was one of the survivors. He should have known. But yeah, so it's cool to see them try to start over in New York, and now there's these new killers after them. There's theories that she's the one. I mean, she did technically kill Richie, but there's theories that she was the killer in the 5th one. Yeah, and it's a fun time. They bring back Hayden. What's her last name?
Panettiere,
because I butchered it.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere. I butchered it in one episode, and I think Ian made fun of me for it. They bring her back as Kirby. I didn't realize she hasn't been acting in like the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her.
Dealing with some issues, I think, personal issues.
Oh,
I loved her in Scream 4. She was probably my favorite character in Scream 4.
I didn't realize how much. I didn't realize how much people loved her in Scream 4.
Yeah.
Until the Scream 5 thing revealed she was alive and everyone got excited. I'm like, oh, I mean, she was okay. I didn't realize people were super pumped about it. What do you think, Vince Salad? What are your thoughts on Hayden?
I think she's cute. I think she's the cheerleader from Heroes.
Yep.
She is the cheerleader from Heroes. And of course, the elephant in the room, there is no Nev Campbell in this. And again, like with Rocky, I thought that was going to be weird, but I think they made it really work. Did you guys like the explanation for why she wasn't there?
Yeah.
I honestly totally missed it. What did they say?
Courtney Cox, she's like, I talked to Sidney. She sends her love, but she's taking her husband and the kids and they're going somewhere safe. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Sidney would not get involved for that. Sidney only came back in part 5 because Dewey died. So I get that was a friend, but I can see Sidney being like, you know what? I don't know these other girls that much. They're on their own. They're on their own. And I'm like, you know what? That's kind of a smart way to write her out of it. She's like, hey, I don't really care about you girls that much. Good luck. Goodbye. Plus, last time,
stabbed so many times.
Yeah. Plus, last time the killers like made sure they wanted Sidney to show up, so she probably knows by now that's what the killers want. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, without spoiling it, did you guys guess who the killer or killers were? Early?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I got
the guy right away.
I was pretty much surprised the entire time. I gotta be honest.
Oh, you were surprised the whole time. Yeah, I feel like me and Johanna, we kind of figured out who it was. They throw you a curveball in the middle.
Yeah, the one curveball happens, and I'm just like, huh? And Tony's like, I knew it, and I'm like, no, that can't be right.
I was like, wait a minute, maybe we're wrong. And then that is the problem. And I actually went on the one show I co-host. Here's what I don't get. I brought in one of my issues was guessing the killer too early, because then you're bummed at the end when it's revealed, and you're like, oh, I guessed it too early. I'm like this. Now I'm just kind of waiting for it. The killers were kind of ridiculous. Their motive was ridiculous, but when are they not? Like, really, when are they not in these movies?
Honestly, the first movie probably had the most like solid reason.
Yeah, probably.
Probably the only solid one.
Also, I love that everything that happened in the Scream universe is because Lance Henriksen threw too wild of a party in the 70s. That's literally the origin of everything that went on in the Scream unit, because that's where the girl's illegitimate son was born, and that's when he gave them, the two boys, the idea to kill people. And I'm like, wow, if Lance Henriksen just wasn't a shitty pervert in the 70s, none of all these hundreds of people wouldn't have died. But yeah, to your point, Adam, the people surviving all the stabbings, like, look, our main characters, like Courtney Cox and them, they've been stabbed a bunch in these series.
Yeah.
But dude, what's his face? Chad or whatever? The male twin.
Yeah.
Like him surviving.
That was ridiculous.
Him surviving the first one.
He was like stabbed 1,000 times. I thought he died in the last movie.
No, they kept him alive. They did, because it's a requel, they did what they did with David Arquette. David Arquette was supposed to die in Scream, but I think they tested it and they really liked him, so they kept him alive. And then that was the running gag in Scream. Like every movie, he got his ass kicked. But yeah, so I know that that's what they want to do, but I think this dude was stabbed way too many times to be alive. I'm like, there's no way he's playing football still in the sequel.
Even the Wednesday Addams chick, what's her name?
Yeah, Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
I think she's Tara, maybe?
He like straight up jump stabbed her in the spine at one point, and she's like, ah, and then she just starts running away like it was nothing. Like you got wrecked there.
But you know what it is? They probably all stopped by the Continental Hotel from John Wick. Okay, and they got whatever keeps those sons of bitches alive in those movies.
That's exactly what they did.
But no, I think it did really well with the New York setting. The subway scene was really fun. I love seeing Ghostface with the shotgun. Because all the Ghostface use guns, or they pretty much use guns, but they never used it like in the costume before, so that was fun.
I also don't think Ghostface killer's ever used a shotgun before.
No, he's not used a shotgun. That was new.
Yeah, very new. Everything's new in this movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
And you're right. There were a lot of like, because usually Ghostface, they have a bunch of people they want to kill, and then occasionally there's a couple random ones, like the principal in the first one. They killed him just to get people distracted. In Scream 5, a bunch of security guards get killed. But yeah, but those were off screen. So it was cool seeing Ghostface just walking around a goddamn bodega, just lighting people up. I thought it was pretty interesting. But yeah, hold on one second.
If they utilize New York a little bit more, that was my only other hang up.
Adam, have you seen Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
I don't think I've seen clips, and it looks
okay. If you've seen that movie, you would not be saying that. This movie utilized New York very, very well. Spoiler for Jason Takes Manhattan, which they play at the beginning of this movie. Jason is on a boat for 90% of that film, and then he's in Manhattan for 10%. And most of what was Manhattan was actually shot in Vancouver. So this, at least they're in the goddamn city in New York.
Sure.
So it gets points for me there. But yeah, you said like the cops don't get involved. I mean, if you spend time in New York, a lot of crazy shit happens. I literally saw a dude fight a homeless guy outside of a bodega, and he like picked up his bicycle and started threatening the guy with his bicycle. And there wasn't a cop anywhere to be seen. No one even intervened. I laughed and kept walking. So I can believe a Ghostface guy walking around fucking things up and no one's stopping it. Guys, I'm not going to get killed because a homeless guy is fighting a bicycle guy, all right? I'm going to laugh and keep walking and mind my own business. Real quick, oh my God, it's a party here. She's late, but she's here. Hello, Raya. How are you? Raya or Raya? Sorry, I forgot how to say it.
It's Raya.
Hello, Raya. What did you think of Scream 6?
I loved it. It was way better than Scream 5, in my opinion.
Oh, I said the same
thing! I agree there.
Yeah, so how would yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of putting this like maybe on par or just a little bit above Scream 3. Scream 3 I love, but it is kind of the weakest, which isn't that movie's fault. There was a lot of outside things interfering with that film, like script rewrites and pressure from the studio to change things. I don't know. Like, a lot of people are really loving this, though. Adam, is this one of your favorites?
Of the Scream movies? No.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not like huge. I'm not like a huge Scream guy. I think they're all pretty solid. Yeah, they're all entertaining watches, but I don't need to see it again.
I don't know, Joey. Are you a big Scream guy? Where does this stand for you?
I think 3 is definitely my favorite, but 6 was fresh enough to where I think it's a close second.
3's your favorite? That's a hot take.
I love
that's a hot
3.
take.
Yeah,
My
I
friend.
have never heard anybody say 3 was their
Yeah,
3 is kind of hot trash.
I really want to like 3, but again, the rewrites are like there are supposed to be 2 killers in that movie, but then the script but it's actually kind of funny because they reference all the things that happen to them in real life. Like in Scream 3, they're like, who dies next? It's like, oh, there's 3 endings because the script leaked online, which is what happened to that movie. The one actress was supposed to be the second killer, but it leaked online. And then when the producers are like, you got to tone down the violence in your horror movie, that is something. That's why people are being exploded in fireballs instead of outright stabbed in that movie.
Makes it way better.
Wait,
That makes it way better, but it's like,
You know,
I was going to ask. Sorry, go ahead, Win.
I think Scream 3 is Riley's favorite. It's probably my second to third favorite. I gotta be honest. Just the change of locations.
it was nice. Scream Goes Hollywood was nice. Rhea, what were you going to say?
Yeah, so it's been a minute since I've seen 3. So 3 is the one where the movie becomes self-referential and stab the movie series is happening, right? Or is that part of
That starts with 2, but Scream 3 is when they're on the Stab 3 set. Like, that's when they're actually on the movie set, yeah.
And Carrie Fisher appears, right? Okay, yes, I remember,
Yeah.
yes.
I always forget Carrie Fisher's in that movie until she shows up. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, Carrie Fisher. That's when she was just showing up in random movies. Like, remember Austin Powers? She's like the group therapist.
Yes, and apparently she was ghostwriting hella stuff that I was like, oh, I love Wedding Singer. Wait, Carrie Fisher ghostwrote?
Yeah, no, she was a script doctor for years. She punched up a lot of dialogue. Apparently, she script doctored the Star Wars prequels. So imagine how much worse they probably were before she went in there. But yeah, I really enjoyed Scream 6. Like you said, it felt fresh. I don't know what they're going to do next. I feel like they should take a little bit of a break and wait to see what horror movies turn into.
No. They're already fast tracking the next one.
I know that's what they're going to do.
It's already out.
But again,
on Netflix.
This did feel like those other movies where, like I said, Jurassic World, self-contained, and then by Jurassic World Dominion, it's like, all the old characters are back, and here's all the references to this shit, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, and then it becomes like a big franchise thing. Did you guys watch the post-credit sequence?
Yes.
Yes. I honestly think they should have killed off all the main characters.
Huh?
In the post-credit scene.
What was that?
They should kill off all the characters in the next movie. That's what I think they should do.
I thought they were going to kill off what's-her-face, Courtney Cox, but it looks like she's still sticking around. I did like that by the way, this one, before we leave this is the first time Ghostface is called Courtney Cox. Which I didn't even realize until they say it in the movie. They're like, oh, we've never actually talked before. I'm like, oh shit, they haven't. What was I going to say? Oh, God damn it. I was blindsided by that fun fact. I totally forgot what I wanted to say about it.
I'm glad she got punched in this movie.
What she does.
Huh?
What she does with the call.
Oh, yeah. She just hangs up and Star 69's him, which is what Jada Pinkett said to do in Scream 2. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it for Scream 6. Let's have some of our patrons in. Rhea, you said you saw Shazam 2, right?
I sure did.
All right, we will bring you back for Shazam 2. Stand by. And Johanna, any last words before you leave? Because I think this is the only movie you saw.
I'm out of here.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
I have one last word.
What's that, Mint?
I really especially like the little ladders, the ladder scene.
The ladder scene was fun.
That was fun. And it was it gave me a lot of tension in my body. It made me feel anxiety.
Yeah. Especially when that girl's face split open when she hit the goddamn dumpster. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awful.
Okay. Let me bring in a couple of our patrons here and ask them their quick thoughts. Okay. Boom. Bearded Outlaw, what did you think of Scream 6?
I liked it.
It's very entertaining.
How do you rank it with the other Scream films? Where do you place this one?
I think I put it I think I'd have to put it as my second favorite one. It might just be recency. It might just be recency, you know.
Okay.
The kills.
Scream 3,
really
Scream 3 being his favorite, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It's barely everyone's favorite.
Yeah, Scream 3, Halloween Resurrection, you know.
Well, Halloween Resurrection's obviously the best one. We all agree with that.
Of course.
Busta Rhymes, I mean, Halloween Ends, I just didn't believe it as a definitive ending because Busta Rhymes wasn't involved with the final conflict. They got to redo that ending of Halloween Ends with Busta Rhymes coming in. I'm from another universe where I kicked Michael Myers. No, I electrocuted Michael Myers in the balls. I got this, Jamie Lee.
He should have been the one to start the wood chipper or whatever.
All right, we will have you back on. What other movie did you say you saw? Sorry, I asked you like 5 times. Shazam. Bring you back on for Shazam. Thank you. Matt, what did you think of Scream 6?
Tony, everybody in your community are the only people that saw Shazam. It's incredible.
That's pretty funny. Matt, what did you think of Scream 6?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty entertaining, especially the last third. It really ramped up. Kind of copped out with a lot of the people they decided to keep alive. And
they are keeping a lot of survivors alive. I'm noticing that.
Kind of did that thing that I've seen it in a couple horror movies lately. I saw it in Megan, where like the cops in the ambulance show up at the end, and the friends where they probably should be in the hospital show up with the cops. Where I don't know if that's very safe to bring them to an active crime scene.
Oh yeah, when what's her face shows up at the end, I'm like, all right, that's a little ridiculous. Yeah, so where would you rank?
Question: shouldn't the masks be in police custody?
Well, no. They mentioned that people they've been buying it for like police officers are selling it under the table as some kind of black market thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because they're like, how did he get all this? And like, cops will accept money for evidence. I mean, once the case is closed, it's like, do we really need the giant Zeus cutout that Jerry O'Connell was shot in front of? Like, we could probably get rid of that. Matt, how would you rank this for the on your list of Scream movies?
Compared to the others, probably about a 4 out of 5.
Okay. So one of the better ones for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining. We're gonna move on here.